Did you know that after the age of 60, your body could be losing up to 3% of its muscle mass every single year? That's right. Without even realizing it, many seniors are silently slipping into a state of weakness that can rob them of their independence. But here's the good news. This doesn't have to happen to you or your loved ones. In this video, we're going to uncover the shocking truth about muscle loss after 60 and reveal what doctors often don't tell you about how to stop it. By the end of this video, you'll walk away with 7 practical steps to protect your strength, maintain your independence, and live life on your terms. Stay tuned until the end, because one simple change today could make all the difference tomorrow. Let's start with something you might already know but aren't doing enough of: eating protein. According to research from the Journal of Gerontology, older adults need more protein than younger people just to maintain muscle mass. Yet, many seniors fall short because they assume they don't need as much food as they used to. Take Maria, for example. At 78 years old, she noticed she wasn't feeling as strong as she once did. She stopped enjoying her daily walks and struggled to carry groceries. Her doctor explained that her diet lacked sufficient protein, which was causing her muscles to weaken over time. Once Maria started adding eggs, lean meats, and beans to her meals, she began regaining her energy and strength. Here's the action step. Aim for at least 25 to 30 grams of protein per meal. If cooking feels overwhelming, try pre-cooked chicken breasts or protein shakes. They're convenient and effective. Remember, feeding your muscles is like fueling an engine. Without the right nutrients, it simply won't run smoothly. Muscle loss, also known as sarcopenia, is a natural part of aging, but it doesn't have to be inevitable. Research from Harvard Medical School shows that protein intake is critical for maintaining muscle mass, especially after 60. Proteins are made up of amino acids, which act as the building blocks for muscle repair and growth. Without enough protein, your body starts breaking down existing muscle tissue to meet its needs, a process called catabolism. But why do older adults need more protein? As we age, our bodies become less efficient at processing protein. A study published in Clinical Nutrition found that seniors require at least 1.2 grams of protein per kilogram of body weight daily, compared to the 0.8 grams recommended for younger adults. This increased need is due to a phenomenon called anabolic resistance, where aging muscles respond less effectively to protein intake unless it's consumed in higher amounts. Maria's story isn't unique. Many seniors underestimate the importance of protein because they assume their reduced activity levels mean they need fewer calories. However, muscle maintenance requires more than just staying active. It demands proper nutrition. For example, a 2019 study in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition showed that participants who consumed adequate protein had significantly better mobility and lower rates of frailty compared to those who didn't. To make this actionable, consider these tips. Add protein-rich snacks like Greek yogurt, cottage cheese, or a handful of nuts to boost your intake between meals. Incorporate plant-based proteins such as lentils, chickpeas, and quinoa, which are excellent options for vegetarians or those looking to diversify their diet. Use supplements wisely. Protein powders or shakes can fill gaps, but they shouldn't replace whole foods entirely. Remember, small changes add up. Adding an extra egg to breakfast or swapping white rice for lentils at dinner can make a big difference over time. And while protein alone won't stop muscle loss, it's a foundational step toward preserving your strength and independence. Now let's talk about exercise, specifically resistance training. Many seniors avoid lifting weights because they think it's dangerous or unnecessary after a certain age. But science tells us the opposite is true. Strength training not only helps preserve muscle mass, but also improves balance, reduces fall risk, and boosts overall vitality. Imagine 2 men, Robert and Walter, both 72 years old. Robert started using light dumbbells at home 3 times a week. He focused on exercises like bicep curls and leg lifts, gradually increasing the weight as he got stronger. Walter, however, believed walking was enough. Over time, Robert maintained his independence, while Walter struggled with everyday tasks like carrying groceries or getting up from a chair. Resistance training doesn't mean you need to join a gym or lift heavy weights. Bodyweight exercises like squats, wall push-ups, or even holding onto a chair for support can work wonders. Start slow, focus on form, and celebrate small victories along the way. According to medicine and science in sports and exercise, regular strength training can reverse age-related muscle loss by stimulating muscle protein synthesis and improving neuromuscular function. It also enhances bone density, reducing the risk of fractures. For seniors, consistency matters more than intensity. Even 10 minutes of resistance exercises a day can yield significant benefits over time. Try incorporating simple routines like seated leg extensions, standing calf raises, or resistance band pulls. These exercises target major muscle groups and can be done safely at home. If you're unsure where to start, consult a physical therapist or fitness professional who specializes in senior health. They can design a personalized program tailored to your abilities and goals. Remember, staying active isn't just about living longer. It's about maintaining the quality of life. Every step you take towards strengthening your muscles brings you closer to preserving your independence and vitality. Sleep is often overlooked when discussing muscle health, but it plays a crucial role in recovery and growth. During deep sleep, your body releases growth hormones that repair tissues and build muscle. Poor sleep, on the other hand, increases inflammation and slows down recovery. Think about two women, Helen and Patricia, both 70 years old. Helen prioritizes her sleep, aiming for 7 to 8 hours each night. She follows a consistent bedtime routine, avoids caffeine in the evening, and keeps her bedroom cool and dark. Patricia, however, struggles with insomnia. She tosses and turns, wakes up frequently, and often feels groggy during the day. Over time, Helen maintains her energy levels and cognitive sharpness, while Patricia notices declining strength, brain fog, and irritability. Studies show that poor sleep quality is linked to accelerated muscle loss, weakened immunity, and increased risk of chronic diseases. According to the National Sleep Foundation, older adults who consistently get restorative sleep tend to live longer and healthier lives. To improve your sleep, establish a calming pre-bedtime ritual. Turn off screens at least an hour before bed. Practice relaxation techniques like deep breathing or meditation, and create a comfortable sleep environment. Avoid heavy meals, alcohol, and stimulants close to bedtime. If sleep problems persist, consult a healthcare provider to rule out conditions like sleep apnea or restless leg syndrome. Prioritizing sleep isn't just about feeling rested. It's about giving your body the tools it needs to heal, rebuild, and thrive. Your appetite and eating habits are another key indicator of your long-term health. A healthy appetite and a well-balanced diet keep your body strong, your immune system resilient, and your energy levels high. On the other hand, a sudden loss of appetite or poor eating habits can signal underlying health issues and accelerate aging. Consider two men, George and Harold, both 75 years old. George enjoys preparing nutritious meals and looks forward to eating fresh fruits, vegetables, lean proteins, and whole grains. He maintains a steady weight and feels energized throughout the day. Harold, however, has noticed a decline in his appetite. He skips meals, relies on processed snacks, and has unintentionally lost weight over the past year. What Harold doesn't realize is that his shrinking appetite isn't just a minor inconvenience. It's a red flag that his body may not be absorbing nutrients properly. A decreased appetite in older adults is often linked to underlying health concerns, including digestive issues, hormonal changes, or even early signs of cognitive decline. When you're not eating enough, your body starts breaking down muscle, leading to weakness, frailty, and an increased risk of falls and illness. To ensure you're getting adequate nutrition, focus on nutrient-dense foods like leafy greens, berries, fatty fish, nuts, and seeds. Stay hydrated, as dehydration can suppress appetite and impair digestion. If preparing meals feels challenging, consider meal delivery services or community programs that provide balanced meals for seniors. Don't ignore changes in your eating habits. They could be your body's way of signaling that something needs attention. How you handle stress after 60 can significantly impact your longevity. Chronic stress weakens your immune system, raises your risk of heart disease, and accelerates aging. On the other hand, people who manage stress effectively tend to stay healthier, more active, and mentally sharp well into their later years. Take Evelyn and Margaret, both 76 years old. Evelyn faces challenges like anyone else: health scares, family issues, financial worries, but she approaches them with resilience. She practices mindfulness, stays socially engaged, and focuses on solutions rather than dwelling on problems. Margaret, however, holds on to stress. She constantly worries about things outside of her control, feels overwhelmed by small frustrations, and often finds herself stuck in negative thought patterns. Over time, this constant stress takes a toll on her body. Her blood pressure rises, her sleep suffers, and her energy levels drop. Long-term stress triggers inflammation in the body, which has been linked to nearly every major age-related disease, from Alzheimer's to heart conditions. To manage stress, incorporate relaxation techniques into your daily routine. Deep breathing exercises, yoga, tai chi, or even spending time in nature can help calm your mind and reduce tension. Stay connected with loved ones, pursue hobbies that bring you joy, and prioritize activities that promote a sense of purpose. Remember, managing stress isn't just good for your mental health. It's essential for maintaining physical well-being and extending your lifespan. Finally, let's talk about the power of social connections. The strength of your relationships can be one of the clearest indicators of how long you might live after 60. Studies have consistently shown that people with strong social ties, whether through friendships, family, or community involvement, tend to live longer, healthier lives. Loneliness, on the other hand, has been linked to higher risks of heart disease, depression, cognitive decline, and even early mortality. Think about two women, Ruth and Alice, both 80 years old. Ruth has an active social life. She stays in touch with friends, participates in a local gardening club, and enjoys spending time with her grandchildren. She laughs often, feels a sense of belonging, and remains physically and mentally engaged. Alice, however, spends most of her time alone. She has lost touch with many of her friends over the years and rarely reaches out to family. As the months pass, she starts feeling isolated. Her mood declines, and her overall health begins to suffer. Human connection is more than just emotional support. It plays a direct role in physical health. When you interact with others, your brain stays active, your stress levels drop, and your body releases chemicals that promote overall well-being. If you find yourself withdrawing from social activities, avoiding phone calls, or spending more time alone than you used to, it's time to change that. Staying connected doesn't mean you have to be surrounded by people all the time. Even small efforts, reaching out to an old friend, joining a group with shared interests, or making it a habit to have meaningful conversations, can make all the difference. Because the relationships you nurture today don't just bring happiness. They help ensure that you stay healthier and live longer in the years to come. Now that you know these 7 signs, take a moment to reflect on where you stand. Are you moving through life with strength and confidence? Or have you noticed subtle changes that might be warning signs? The good news is that most of these factors, your protein intake, exercise routine, sleep quality, eating habits, stress levels, and social connections, are things you can improve. Your future isn't set in stone, and the choices you make today can have a powerful impact on how many years you have ahead of you. If you've recognized areas where you need to improve, don't wait for a doctor to tell you it's time to make a change. Start now. Take more walks, strengthen your muscles, prioritize good sleep, stay socially connected, and find ways to manage stress. The goal isn't just to live longer, it's to live better. Because at the end of the day, longevity isn't just about the number of years you have left, it's about the quality of life you experience in those years. Thank you for joining us today. We'd love to hear from you. Leave a comment below and share one thing you learned today and how you plan to use in your life. Your thoughts are important to us, so don't hesitate to share them. Reading your comments gives us great motivation